Hello, Car Mummy here. That's right, it's finally arrived, the Toyota LandCruiser Prado. Behind me I have the GXL. It's a 2.8 litre turbo diesel engine, it's a four-wheel drive with 7 seats, and it's a large SUV. Could this be your next family car? Let's go check it out. In the GXL you get 18-inch alloy wheels and a 3.5 tonne braked towing capacity. I am going to show you what the key looks like. You've got your LandCruiser on this side and your Toyota on this side. I've actually heard quite a few people say that they don't like the new shape, but I think Toyota has absolutely nailed it. It's got a military style look, which is really on trend. Should we go have a look inside? Okay, before we go inside, I just want to let you know that you get your roof rails and your side steps in the GXL. You also get heated and ventilated first row seats. Okay, in the GXL, you have a 7-inch multi-informational display, a 12.3-inch color touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay or wireless Android Auto. Now, the steering wheel isn't leather, but you wouldn't know. You also have 3 drive modes, and you also have a huge center console. It isn't dual opening like the 300 series, but it's still pretty big, and I'm going to give you a closer look. Okay, so the driver gets electric seats, but unfortunately the passenger is going to have to slum it with a manually operated passenger seat. The Prado comes in 5 different models, and they all come in different configurations of 5 seats or 7 seats. This is the GXL, and it's the next model up from the GX, which is the entry level. All of your climate controls are in one place, which makes it nice and easy to navigate. You have 2 open cup holders, 3 USB-C charging ports, and HDMI port. You also have a wireless phone charger here, which I love. You have a large center console. This only opens from the front row, unlike the 300 series, but there's lots of room. You also have your LandCruiser logo embossed on the back of the center console. Okay, so in the second row, you have 2 isofix on the outer seats and 3 top tethers along the back, which means you could fit 3 car seats in here, depending on what car seats you have. When the middle seat isn't in use, you have a pull-down armrest with 2 cup holders. You also have 2 cup holders in the door, which could fit 2 drink bottles. You have your aircon control here with 2 USB-C charging ports and a 12-volt port. You also have seat back pockets behind the driver and the front passenger. And one really more important thing before I go, you actually have aircon vents up here, which is perfect in this climate. You only get leather accented seats starting in the VX, which is the next model up from the GXL. You also get all-weather rubber mats in the front and the rear. Models upwards of the GXL, you get carpet mats. You get 2 door cup holders on each side in the second row. I absolutely love LandCruiser seats. It makes it so easy to get into the third row. You pull on this and it does a 180 flip. I saw one creator call it a panini sandwich press, and I can't unhear it now. Okay, in the third row, you don't have any isofix, you don't have any top tethers, which means you can't have any car seats back here. But you do have 4 cup holders in total, so 2 on each side. You also have 2 USB-C charging ports, which means 1 on each side. So like in the 300 series, it does feel like you're sitting up quite high because the floor is a lot higher in the third row than it is in the second, which means your knees are quite close to your chest. So if you have taller children or plan on using this for long road trips, it might be a little bit uncomfortable. This is what the third row looks like, very basic but very practical. Putting the third row down is really simple. You simply pull the flap on the back of the seat and push down. This is my legroom with the second row completely pushed back. You have an electric tailgate. With the third row down, you have 533 litres worth of boot space. One of the main concerns about the Toyota LandCruiser Prado is the boot space when the third row is in play. And I actually think it's a very fair concern. You have minimal boot space when the third row is up. So if you do plan on doing long road trips with 7 occupants, you might want to rethink this because there's not a whole lot of storage space that you're given. But you do have a 100-watt GPO right there. If you're looking for something with a moonroof, these are only offered in the Altitude and Kakadu. Here's a closer look at the all-weather rubber mats. They do show every single ounce of dirt, unfortunately. The cameras are great. You have multi-view options with bird's eye view and guidelines. The fuel economy is average as expected, sitting between 7 to 8.8 litres per 100 kilometres. All models come with a full-size spare wheel and 9 airbags.